So now we are going to do another experiment which is basically based on the soil, but it is of three different experiments. One is your soil texture and pH, second one is your soil moisture, and third experiment is the water holding capacity of the soil. So technically we are going to explain you now the three different experiment. तीनटा experiment आमे बर्तन बुझे पे जाउचो जोटा कि soil ऊपर बेस करिके अछि. So soil, what is soil? Generally आमे जानिचु it is the upper weather and humus containing layer of the earth जोटा कि अछि. Mostly it contains humus based on the particles, based on their size, their of and the diameter of the particles. Basically we have the different type of soil: gravel, coarse, fine sand, slate and the clay. And this texture of the soil can explain you about these different forms of the soil, and these different forms of the soil based on its texture, based on the color, and that gives you the class of the soil, as well as it is also explaining you, it helps us to determine that what type of vegetation is available in that content, that type of soil, and which type of vegetation can also grow on it. So mom will explain you about the experiment. So you will have to take the soil and you will put in water, and we will have to take the measuring cylinder, you will have to add the water and the soil in it, and you will have to leave it like this, where you will find it out the different forms of the soil is available here. The second experiment where we are going to do is the experiment where it is explaining you about the pH of the soil. That means we are going to take the two different type of soil. That is, one is basically we are going to use the garden soil, and second one is your roadside soil. So by using these two soil, we are determining that what type of pH it is having, whether it is acidic, whether it is alkalic, and slightly alkalic, slightly acidic. That also helps in determining that which type of crop or which type of vegetation will be available in that area. So that also helps in the process of agriculture. So that is being explained here. Third type is given here, the moisture content. As we know, moisture is one of the most important content of the soil, which helps in determining that what type of plant, how or what type of plant can grow on it. So to know that the moisture content, we have used this method which will be explained to you, that will give us idea that what is the water moisture content remaining in the soil, and that also helps in determining that how we can grow the different type of crops or the vegetation will be found in the different places. And the last experiment is the water holding capacity. Water holding capacity, as you know, soil water, that is the most important ecological factor. It derived from the rain or the irrigation, that is the point. All the rain that is dipped on the earth surface, that slips down and they retain in the soil, and they act as this water act as the gravitational water which is being absorbed by the root, with which the root absorb and retain it and utilize it for the different physiological functions. So that has been given here, that the rainwater which is written in the soil as the capillary water, hygroscopic water and combined water is basically being used by the plant body to conduct the different physiological functions. So as the maximum amount of water retained by the soil per unit of its dry weight after the gravitational flow has ceased is called as the water holding capacity or field capacity of the soil. As I told, it means that maximum amount of water ଯେତେବେଳେ ପାଣି ସଏଲ୍ ରେ ରିଟେନ୍ ହେଇକି ରହିବ ଏବଂ तार वेट पर यूनिट ऑफ ड्राई वेट ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ତାକୁ ମେଜର କରିବା आफ्टर द ग्राविटेशनल फ्लो ताकू कुहाଯାଉଛି वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी बा field capacity of the soil which varies from types different which varies in the different type of soil and that also enable to determine that what type of soil, what type of crop it is providing on, what type of crop it will grow, what type of vegetation will be available. So that is being written here. Sandy soil have the poor quality. That means generally you will find it out in the sandy soil. In the desert, the vegetation is less because water holding capacity is less. So that is the concept which has been given here. Then the loam and the clay soil. Loam soil, clay soil, these are the soils which are being considered as one of the most important type of soil which enable the different types of vegetation to grow in it. That also helps the agriculturist, the soil scientist to determine that what type of crop they can grow, and that helps the farmer also to grow the different type of crops. Now mom will explain you about the experiment.
Hello students, now I am going to explain the physical properties of soil. So, 3 different ways you have to find out physical properties. First is texture. From texture you will find out what type of, that is soil type, whether it is sandy, loamy or sandy. So, for that you have to take a measuring cylinder, then take a funnel and weigh 50 gram of particular soil and add to this measuring cylinder carefully. gram soil, particular either garden soil or you can take roadside soil. Next you have to add 200 milliliter of water. You have to make up to 250 milliliter. Its lower meniscus should touch 250 ml line. Next, just close the mouth of cylinder and shake it properly. So, it is shake it properly and allow to settle down. So, here there are 2 type of soil already I kept here, settle down. One is garden soil and another is roadside soil. So, garden soil, you know, its content is little bit darker than roadside soil and lots of humus also floating at the surface of water. So, after settle down, it will take 1 hour. Then you have to find out that total volume of soil settle down. Then how much sand settle down, how much silt settle down and how much clay settle down, you have to find out. So, suppose this is the measuring cylinder. Okay, and this is the 250 milliliter volume, and here total amount of soil settle down, suppose it is 50 milliliter, and here at the bottom largest volume taken by sand. Suppose sand is 40 gram or 40 milliliter. Okay. Next layer is, there are 3 layer formation. Next layer occupied by silt, and suppose it is 8 milliliter, and the last top layer, that is clay, and clay is almost 2 millimeter it occupy. So, how will find out that type of soil? So, you have to find out the percentage. So, sand occupy how much? 40 milliliter and total volume given 50. How much total solid the soil deposited here, that is 50. So I will get percentage 40 divided by 50 into 100, suppose it is X percentage of sand. Similarly, silt, how much silt settled down? 8 milliliter. So 8 divided by 50 into 100, that is the Y is the silt percentage. Similarly, clay, the topmost layer is clay, finest particles, and it is 2 ml, so 2 milliliter divided by 50 milliliter into 100, suppose this is Z, that the percentage of clay. So in this you will get the percentage of different layer, sand, silt and clay, and here one observation table given. Okay. Chart given here, if sand percentage is between 85 to 100 or then it is sand, silt 0 to 15 and clay 0 to 15, that is for sandy type of soil, and sandy loamy sand percentage is 30 to 80 and silt is 0 to 50 and clay 0 to 20. So in this way you compare with this table and find out what type of soil type. So here soil type also given, what type soil it is, maybe sandy loam, maybe loam. So generally in Bhubaneswar area the soil is sandy loamy. So in this way two type of that garden soil and a roadside soil, what type soil they belong, that you can find out by this calculation. So this is saying about that soil texture or soil type you have to find out. Next is moisture content. Moisture content means you have to take roadside soil and garden soil into crucible, 20 grams separately, and heat it. Note the time, after half an hour take out the crucible and find the final weight and find the difference, that will tell about the moisture content. So garden soil have more moisture content than roadside soil, because garden soil has more water holding capacity. Next is pH. pH of roadside soil and garden soil, you have to take 1 spoon of roadside soil and 1 spoon of garden soil and some amount of butter. Then you have to take pH paper. This is universal pH paper. Here some colored band also given that represent pH. pH also written here. So take out pH paper. And dip separately in both the soil solution and keep here. Let it to dry, then you have to find out what type of pH it has. Next is water holding capacity. You have to take two measuring cylinder, dita measuring cylinder number, funnel fix karibo. Okay, then you have to take wash bottle. First you make wet this funnel, little bit make it wet, so that easily you can fix filter paper. Filter paper को आधे stick करिया पे तमको टिके ओदा करिया पड़िबो funnel को. विजय filter paper आपको ये वाली fold करिबो. First fold, second fold, then one side 3 layer, other side 1 layer. In this way you have to fix here. Okay, let's take roadside soil. Then take another filter paper. First fold, second fold, one side 3 layer, other side 1 layer. Also fix here, then put here garden soil. Okay. Then take another measuring cylinder and you have to take 50 milliliter of water. Okay, add in roadside soil. This funnel gently धीरे धीरे छाड़िबो जेमती कि बाहर को स्प्लिट हबनी. एंड केते वाटर एटी कलेक्ट है लास्ट ड्रॉप पड़ला पर्यंत अपेक्षा करिवो. तापरे नोट करिवो केते वॉल्यूम वाटर एटी कलेक्ट हेची. एपटा हला रोड साइड सॉइल, एपटा होची गार्डन सॉइल. अगेन टेक अनदर 50 milliliter of water. Measurement should be taken accurately, otherwise you'll get wrong result. And add in funnel that contain garden soil. धीरे धीरे पानी ढालिबो, हठात किना पानी ढालिबो नहीं. तो लास्ट ड्रॉप कलेक्ट होला पर्यंत अपेक्षा करिवो. एबे एपडी पीएच देखो, both turn green color, light green color, and we have to compare. This is roadside soils pH. You have to compare. It match with 7. So pH of roadside soil is 7. Okay. This is garden soil pH. This is between 7 and 8, means it's 7.5. Little bit alkaline. Which one? Garden soil. So this is the pH of soil. Garden soil is 7.5 and roadside soil it is 7. Neutral. So neutral soil generally plants grow well. And you have to note down the volume of water collected. Look here in a garden, roadside soil, the measuring cylinder contains more water. That is around 22 milliliter. And in garden soil, water collected less amount, that is 21. Okay, 21 milliliter volume of water collected in garden soil. So garden soil, less amount of water here collected means more amount of water must be retained by the garden soil. So that means garden soil has more water holding capacity than roadside soil. So our calculation part is here in the table. Here serial number given, soil type given. So here is the garden soil and this is roadside soil. So weight of the soil taken, it is 50 gram, here also 50 gram. Then volume of water poured, कितने volume water pour कलो 50 milliliter, it will be 50 milliliter. Volume of water garden soil collect हला 21 milliliter and roadside रो collect हला 22 milliliter. तबे एटी 50 रो 21 माइनस कर देले जत्ती के असला सेटा हला वॉल्यूम ऑफ वाटर रिटेन बाय द सॉइल. सेही वॉल्यूम केते वॉल्यूम रिटेन हला डिवाइड बाय टोटल वॉल्यूम ऑफ वाटर केते ऐड कलो इनटू 100, that will give you water holding capacity of soil. It is the easiest method to find out calculate water holding capacity. Garden soil कम वाटर कलेक्ट होच माने अधिका वाटर होल्ड करी रखुची सॉइल, तेणु तार वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी अधिका रहइबो. रोड साइड सॉइल ले सैंड और सिल्ट रहउची, सेति पे को बेसी वाटर कोथरे मेजरिंग सिलिंडर कलेक्ट हैला ता माने सैंड दैट रोड साइड सॉइल रे वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी कम अछि. तेणु वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी रोड साइड सॉइल रो कम आसीबो, गार्डन सॉइल रो अधिका आसु. केना गार्डन सॉइल रो अधिका रहउची ह्यूमस and organic matter. Okay, so in this way you have to calculate water holding capacity of soil. Thank you.